Good morning, everybody. This is Lady Cat, Ladybug. How y'all doing this morning? As you can see, you got Miss Frankie sitting here. She's got to put her 2 cents worth in. And but anyway, I just thought I'd show you some of the progress I'm making. I just woke up a little while ago, so anyhow, this is what I've been working on. Now you get a full look at it. And I was working right in here last night around this 310 and a little bit over here. And so I'm slowly getting there, little by little. It's coming along. And hopefully I'll get it done before too much longer. If I keep slugging at it, I'll eventually get it done. But anyway, that's what I wanted to show you in my progress on that. And then I thought we would work on this little butterfly. If I can get it out from under here. Okay, because I'm getting there slowly. I'm, got most of all of this done. I'm working on kind of in this general area, and then I've only got these two sectors up here to complete. And then that'll be done. And so anyway, let me see if I can find my drills and see if I can convince Frankie to scoot over. Alrighty. So let's see. Oh, that was easy enough. It's right here in front of me. There we go. I got those. Frankie, you know what? You're going to have to move, sweetheart. Yes, you are. Yeah, I know you like to rub on the light, but you're going to have to move, sweetie. Anyhow, so I didn't sleep that well. I was up and down a lot during the night. What it is that it was so warm in here last night, and I was trying not to turn the air conditioner on, so so I didn't sleep too well last night. But par for the course. Let's see what we got to work on here. Let me turn this on. We're going to work on J, which is 842. 842. Yeah. That over there. Anyway, I'm watching, I'm sitting there listening to Miss Linda this morning. She's busy working on one of her canvases. I'm not sure which one. I think she's finishing up that one that is the pause, I think. And so anyway, I hope everybody did well, because I understand there was some more storms last night up in around the Kentucky area. I hope everyone is okay. I don't know. All we've got is just overcast, is mostly just real cloudy, but yeah. My grandson said he thinks he threw a rod in his truck just a little while ago. And so it's not one thing, it's another, right? Yep, Frankie decided to leave. But yeah, I'm working on a cup of tea and working on this butterfly. So I'm thinking you can see what I'm doing, I hope. Yeah, more or less. And anyhow, so eventually we will get this one done. But like I said, this has got quite a bit of confetti in it. And so it's kind of slow going. Yeah, I was watching one of Miss Linda's videos and she was kitting up a square drill, double-sided canvas this morning. I know she said what it was. I can't remember though. I don't remember what she told me it was. But anyhow, I enjoyed the the live the other day, but unfortunately, my certain times of the day, my internet is kind of in and out. It's not very reliable. And so I put up a video yesterday, but I don't know if it uploaded or not, to be honest with you. So it is what it is, right? We do the best we can, and that's about all we can do. Yeah, I know Miss Bell was giving me a bunch of shout outs on the live. Yeah. Alrighty, I think I got them. I think I got all the J's. So I'm just turning it down a little bit. Okay, let's put this one away. So far there hasn't been anything going on. I mean, I got up about 9 and answered some emails, and then started watching some videos, and then finally got up and fixed myself a cup of tea. Miss Bella, little Bella, she is so cute. Anyhow, let's see. Let's try Y. Y is 977. 977. And anyhow, so yeah, I'm watching my tablet and working on my butterfly at the same time. So The only thing I have a trouble with is that I get a bit of a glare off of my lamp. It glares on my glasses and makes it hard to see. It's the only problem I have with this particular setup. But we just work around it. It's not that big a deal. But it does, after a while, it does start making my eyes tired and gives me a bit of a headache after a little while. But that's all right. So you reach for the Advil, right? But yeah, we're almost done with this particular painting, this one. And I kitted up the horse for May. It's ready to go. I got it all kitted up and I've got it laying out flat. It's a double-sided tape, or double-sided glue, and so I wanted to get it a chance to lay good and flat, and which is what I'm doing now. And hopefully we can it'll lay good and flat enough to where it's not a problem. And it's a round. No, it's not a square. It's a round. I like doing the squares. If you set your squares when you first start out, you set your squares just right, okay, and whatnot, the rest of them will fall into place with not too much trouble. Yeah, trying to grab a sip of tea, and but the main thing is setting the first few dozen square drills straight. Once you got those straight, the rest of them kind of fall into place. It's kind of the way it works, or at least it does for me anyway. Let's put it that way. And but I don't do too many squares very often. I have one that turned out, and it turned out very well, and that was that small pink peacock that I was working on. That was a square. It came out really nice. Yeah. I still got to seal it though. I haven't got around to sealing it yet. The problem is that I am limited in space to work in here, and then on top of that, once I got it sealed, right, I got no place to set it to where the girls can't get to it. So, and 9 times out of 10, I have to wait for the weather to cooperate so I can put it outside. And so, yeah, that's the downside of having cats. They like to climb on everything, and you can sit there and try to train them not to, but most of the time they go ahead and do whatever they want. Yeah, well, it is. But I wouldn't trade them for nothing. They're my buddies. Yeah, Lily is pretty much taken up with my daughter. She's decided that my daughter belongs to her. I'm okay, you know, as a second choice, but she prefers my daughter, which is fine. Now, Frankie, on the other hand, is strictly mine. I belong to her, and that's all there is to it. And she does not let me out of her sight for a minute. But yeah, I'm already kitted up for May. Any idea what we're going to be doing in June? I don't know. Yeah, I know Sherry, Kentucky Filling, picked out the Kentucky Derby uh, for for May, and I'm looking to see if I'm got all the Y's. And anyhow, and so luckily I was actually had uh, a painting that's small enough that I was able to, so I'll be able to finish it. Because when I pick out these great big monsters, unfortunately it takes a while to get them done. Yeah, there we go. Alrighty, I think I've got them. I think I've got them all. All right, that'll work. Alrighty, what's next? Let's look at 3822. And this is the letter I. Ooh, it's got some static to it. Get into my drawer here. There we go. Put me a little piece of this in there. There we go. Just drop on in there. It helps to fight off the static. There we go. There we go. I think we're going to do it. All right. Here we go. There. Anyhow, so I had to put some piece of dryer sheet in there to fight off the static. It's a real bright yellow. And anyhow, yeah, I kind of like these particular shaped pens because it's got that little edge right there where you can press your finger against it, and so it gives you a little more control. I think is what it is. Yeah, I've got two of these. No, actually three. I think I've got a green one, and I've got a pink one, and then I got this blue one. And they're all the same basic design. And Another thing I like about them is that the tips screw in, and once they're in and they're tight, you know, they stay pretty snug. You don't have to worry about them. So yeah. I don't remember what I paid for these. I don't remember. I don't know. It's like $3 or $4, $5, something like that. But it was definitely worth it. Yeah, I'm still waiting on the rest of my Temu haul to come in. Most, like I said, most of it is tools and odds and ends and stuff, clothes, that kind of stuff. And my other table that I ordered, it has come in. And so my daughter and I are probably going to put them together this weekend when she's off. And I bought two of them, one for myself, and I also got one for my son-in-law. And my son-in-law is handicapped, and so he needs a table that he can scoot up across his lap, and that's adjustable, so I just happened to find this one, and so I got it. And once I showed it to my daughter and whatnot, she says, yeah, that's what I was looking for the other day and couldn't find. And I said, well, do you want me to get it? And she says, yeah, would you? And I said, okay. So I went ahead and I got it for her. No big deal. We kind of help each other out. She sees stuff that I could use or need or whatever, and she'll get it for me, and then I'll turn around and do the same to her, for her and her husband. So we kind of help each other out. Yeah, I don't get on Facebook very often. I don't know. I don't have that much interest in Facebook, to be honest with you. The only time I go on it is when I go on there to visit the groups that I'm a part of. But other than that, I don't mess around with Facebook that much. So the best way to get a hold of me is through my email, through my Gmail. And sometimes it may take a day or two for me to respond, but eventually I do check my emails. Yeah. I think we got all the eyes. Looks like it. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's a little batch right there. Looking me right in the face, right there in front of me. We're gonna miss it. Anyhow, so all right, now I think we got them all. Yeah, I used that little gadget I did, for kitting up that I bought the other day. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I used this little gadget the other day, and it works very, very well, because I can show you real quick. with an empty one. All you have to do is you just take the top off and then you just slide it in there. Works perfect. And then you put your drills through here and it goes into the container. And then when you're done, you got a little hole here that you just press your finger against and it pushes your little bottle out and you're done. Put your top back on it and ta-da! I used that the other night to kit up that horse that I was doing. Yeah, that was definitely worth $1. Yeah, I think it was a little over $1, I think. And I thought, so I tried it. Now the other one that I bought, the round bottles, they don't fit in it. And so, we go, well that's not going to work very well. One thing I can do though, let's just check this out. This is the one for the blue stag that I've got that I haven't started yet. I got it kitted up and ready to go, but I haven't started it yet. Curious. Oh, it does fit. Look at that. Well, we learned something ourselves. Well, that's a good idea. See, the other one that I bought, the bottles didn't fit. All right. Now I got a way to fill the round bottles as well as the square ones. There we go. See, we learned something together. All righty, what do we got here? How about some hues? Let's get some of this paint done. Let's see. It's 3607. 3607. Come on out of there. So I hope everybody's having a great day. It's looks like it's not going to be another warm one. I'm afraid I'm going to have to break down and turn the air conditioner on. Yeah, it was like 81 degrees yesterday. And it wasn't exactly comfortable because it was not only was it 81 degrees, it was also very muggy. A lot of humidity yesterday. So, anyhow, get some. Get some wax here. And so anyway, so I had to clean the filter and get it ready to turn back on for the season, because I haven't run it since last summer. So, whoop, get over there. Over. There we go. And so I need to clean the filter real good and dust off the face of the thing, get it good and clean. And then fire that thing up and see how it runs. Hopefully, keep fingers crossed that it works all right. Because it's been every bit of almost a year since I turned it on. Anyhow, so I got a couple that's over here on this side that I missed. So I figured I'd go ahead and get them while I'm at it. Let's see. Alrighty. think I got all of the U's over on that side. Yeah, this is a pretty pink. My problem is I always end up running out of things to say. You know what I mean? I don't have that big of a outdoor life, shall we say. And so I stayed, I stayed home a lot. And when the pandemic came through, and everybody was having to stay at home and whatnot, and limiting their, outings and stuff, it didn't faze me a bit. It was just another day kind of thing. And because I stay at home and whatnot, and I'm pretty well isolated myself most of the time anyway. So it didn't faze me a bit. It's just same old, same old. Yeah. Alrighty, I think we got them. Did we get them all? Nope. Got a couple more here. Yeah. That's the only thing is that it's got a lot of confetti to it. That's the only thing about this one. It does have quite a bit of confetti. I mean, it's not as much as some. I mean, I did one that had the three cats, and it was, oh my goodness, it wasn't nothing but confetti. I didn't think I was ever going to get done with that one. That's that one I've got hanging on the wall up there. But anyhow, real quick, I'll show you that that horse that I found. It's relaxing. Okay, hold on just a second. Okay, I've got it where it's laying flat now. Doesn't look too bad. See here? I don't know if you can see that or not. A lot of glare. But anyway, it's a face of a horse, and I'm having trouble seeing the screen. All right. Well, anyway, that's what it looks like. Okay. See the face of that horse, and it's double-sided tape. It's got some wrinkles still in it, but I think once I get it to I work with it a little more, I'll be able to work a lot of those wrinkles out. Anyway, so that's it. It is sitting there. It is sitting flat, more or less. Anyhow, so we just we got that one pretty much ready for May. Somebody will have to let me know what we're planning on for June so I can write it in my book. So that way I don't forget, what we're working on. All right, let's get back to what we were doing. All right, let's go and work on V, which is V as in Victor, if I can find it. There's a Y. That's F. Number 435. Yeah, 435. There we go. Yeah, I started just, here in the last few times I've done paintings, I've been, kitting them up under the DMC numbers. So that way when I go to de-kit, it's a lot easier, all right, um, to put the drills away. And yeah, I got another one of those Elizabeth Ward type storage things for your drills. Got another one of those coming, but this one, it's got 50 containers instead of 78. So yeah, again, I caught it on sale. So I can't remember what I paid for. I think it was like $13, $14, something like that. Just another one of those lightning sales, I guess they call them. Anyway, so I got another one of those. So that way I've got one for 78, which is the big one that I've got. And then I got one that's got 50 containers in it. So that way I can use one or the other depending on the size of the painting. Yeah. Now the one with the 50 has small, medium, and large containers in it. That way I don't have to keep them in little Ziploc bags, any extras, and take the risk of losing them. And in this room, it does not surprise me if something gets lost. Yeah. I have no idea what time we started. I don't know. Sounds like the wind is blowing. I can hear the roof popping. Yeah, we live in a mobile home like Kentucky Philly does, and when the wind blows good, you can hear the roof, popping a little bit because we live in a single wide. Anyhow, yeah. Only thing I don't like about this time of the year is all the pollen. I feel like I'm stopped up 90% of the time. Yeah, my daughter got herself one of those nose flush things where you can flush your nose with saline or with water or whatever. And she says it works. It does help. And I said, wow, alrighty. Because the pollen is so heavy right now that everything is green, you know? And because of that, it makes it hard to breathe. There we go. See, these are kind of scattered, and so I'm having to hunt and peck for them. Anyhow, yeah, we got quite a few F's coming up. And because of that, they've got the F's and the V's kind of next to each other. And they're almost the same color. Almost. Not quite, but close. Yes. Alrighty. I think we got them all. I think. Maybe, kind of, sort of. Okay. I think we got them. Nope, there's a few more right there. Hiding in plain sight. That's what it's doing. I know I was listening to this report about Doge. I think that's what they call it, Doge, and how they found so much fraud in the Social Security, and that they've been given um, Social Security numbers and benefits to illegals. Yep, I was just totally flabbergasted on that one. That one definitely. I mean, I figured a little bit of fraud. That's kind of a given with working with a government agency. But geez, from what he was saying, it's pretty bad. And I went, wow. So I don't reckon the Social Security and Medicare's going broke after all. If you start reeling in all the money that's being forked out to people that are 199 years old, or giving it to people that are not entitled to it, right? You stop all of that, and guess what? You'd be surprised at how much uh, Social Security and Medicare has in cash flow. You know, and yeah, the far left, shall we say, has been trying to, tap into and steal the funds for Medicare for years. I remember my mama talking about it when I was a kid, and how they were trying to drain the money out of Medicare, and that they had this one senator. I can't remember who he was. You're talking, I don't know, 30, 35, 40 years ago. And this one particular senator wouldn't let them anywhere near this the Medicare and the Social Security. And as long as he was alive, they couldn't get near it. But then after he passed away, which was quite a while back, right? All of a sudden, everybody and their second cousins got their fingers in the pie, shall we say? But one thing I didn't know is how deep they had been digging into the Medicare, and then they wonder why we weren't getting our what we paid in, we weren't getting very much of it back, you know. And being on a fixed income, you're forced to basically live just a hair above the poverty line, you know? And it's because they've been sticking their fingers in the pie and siphoning money off and giving it to themselves or to other people that are not entitled to it. So, okay, I think I've got most of them. So hopefully they can fix that problem. That's why so many people are having such a hissy fit with Doge and Elon Musk, because he's going to go in there and he's finding the theft and the fraud that's been going on, and he's going to help uh, our president uh, bring a lot of that to a halt, which I hope he does. I'm hoping they're successful. Okay, I think we're done with that one. Yeah, because if that's the case and they stop all of that, us folks that are on fixed incomes on Medicare and Social Security will actually benefit from that, in the long run. So, alrighty. That looks pretty good so far. We've got quite a bit done, and it's a little after 11 right now. And I have no idea how long I've been on here. I don't know. But I hope you can see it, because I've got this angle is a little different than what I'm used to. And so I can't really see the camera very well. Anyhow, we're going to bring this to a close. I'm going to continue working on it. But I'm going to see if I can get this particular video to upload, because I don't think the one from last night did. I haven't checked my my channel to find out. So anyhow, y'all have a good day, a blessed day. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves, and keep your head down. If you got all them storms blowing around you, just be careful. Be aware. And God bless you. God keep you. And we will see you tomorrow or later today. Depends. All right. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.